Salutations and good morrow everyone, and welcome back to another grounded walkthrough video where today we're going to be going through and showing you guys 4 different locations on where you could have some great base build locations in the upper yard. I have been getting this question a ton lately from all of you. In Sim, where is a good place to build in the upper yard? I want to build a base up there. Where's the best place to build? Can you help me out? And I've come up with 4 different locations that are actually fairly decent for you to go through and build, with each of them having their own different unique capabilities of the base. I've also gone through and provided 4 different base designs for you in case you're looking for something a little bit different. So we're going to start off with what I like to call a wizard tower, or just a outright hanging off base is what it is. If you guys look over here, the base is actually partially hanging off of the rock over here, which I thought that look was really cool with it hanging off. It kind of gives me a look of like some of the goblin holds that were inside of the Hobbit movie, how they were all kind of hanging off the face of the rock. All their houses were. I thought that looked really, really cool, which is why I went ahead and went down this path of hanging this one off slightly. Now, if you come right over here and you open up your front gates here, it'll get these opened up. Right in here, I put this jump up here to hope that it would keep things like ants from just walking up and eating your stuff that you keep inside your base. But the palisade gates are there, so you can throw up a little ramp there if you so please. But coming on in here, these are fairly simple bases. They just have a couple quick things around inside of them to help them out. A little bit of decorations here or there. Just some things to help you out, and also a zipline tower right over here. Pretty basic location. Now, very basic base, but the location's right here within this U shape right here inside of the upper yard's outer wall. All right, it's right here because the worst thing that comes over here is actually ladybird beetles. You are close to a black ox beetle at this point, but if you have a central zipline tower in the yard, this location is actually awesome because it is in line with that central location. So you see, if you have like a central spot that's over there, back where the big rock is, or maybe right there on top of the stump, or even building around the oak tree itself, you have a fairly decent area of where you can go ahead and build. But yeah, like I said, right here, middle of this U, that's going to help you guys out. Now, let's hold over to my next one that's actually right over here. This base location, I've dubbed the tree house, and this one I like a lot as well. The base design is fairly simple as well. In comparison to some of the other ones you guys may see today, this is probably the simplest of them, which means I would say anybody could build this one. Even if you guys aren't good at base building, I would say you guys could build this one easy. Now, I've built these the way that I have in the locations that I have because of the resources that are around them. So, it's easy to get some of the base items that you're going to need in order to build this one over here. And this is a safe location, not only because it's up in the air, but also because you literally build yourself up in the air. This is the treehouse, as I like to call it. It is completely approachable by running over here, jumping up here, and then jumping up right here. You have a little bit of a staircase right upstairs, and you have a nice little open area up here. I've just thrown in some random design things for you guys as well, in case you guys are looking for really anything that you can use to put up in a base. But here we are right here on the map, right at the edge of this block fence, this wooden log fence that's up here. This is a good area because it's above ground, and it's a natural above ground, and you also build up even more. The only issue late game with this base is that right over there, right by this blue plant that's over here, or purple plant, not blue plant, right over here, after you close up the haste, there's a bunch of infected bugs that end up over there, including an infected wolf spider. So this is a good base location. Just be careful not to build too far that way. Also, with both of this one and the last base location, you are far enough away from Waterfall Castle where you're not going to have to deal with the tiger mosquitoes constantly wanting to kill you. Over here, the worst thing you should have to worry about is fire ants, and once the infected bugs get over here, the infected bugs. There is the random gnat and roly-poly over here as well, but it's a fairly decent spot, and it's still in line with if you have something that goes around the oak tree, or even a base that's over here to zip all the way back over here. So, good base nonetheless in case you are looking for an area where you want to build up a little bit higher. I like this one. It's a cool little design. I think it's fun. But let's head over to the next one here really quick. This is probably the one that I'm the most proud of. It's right over here on top of the waterfall that's over here. Now you may be saying, Sim, there's no waterfall in the game. Well, this is supposed to be a waterfall. It's just turned off. So this over here is what I like to call my Waterfall Castle base, okay? The Waterfall Castle base, it's a little bit of a pain in the butt to get to, and I'm going to show you guys why right now. Okay, so the castle's right up there. We'll get into the design here in a second. I want to show you guys actually how you can get up here without building. Building is the easiest way to build yourself some ramps, and no, there's not really anything that flutters around trying to kill you up here, but I would be careful that there is a black widow spider that's right underneath your base. Call it your own personal guard dog. Okay, so you actually need to jump up on these leaves up here. Ugh, man, the jumping in this is not going to be fun. But you need to jump up on these leaves that are right up here. Get up on that branch and jump up on top of here. Run across, get on top of this leaf, or this stick. Run over here to get up on top of that leaf. Then there's an edge of the leaf you need to jump up on. Then you jump up onto the rock. You can get up there without building, but it's easier just to build from there to there, and then from there to there. But let's get up there and let's check out the base. So just as an FYI, this is what I meant. You climb up here through this, jump on here, you'll run right over here, and you'll ever so slightly jump onto this. You will run up here, jump onto this, and then like if you were doing a jumping puzzle in another part of the yard, you'll jump up onto the edge of that leaf and then jump up onto the rock. It is possible. I just suck at jumping. All right, now that Pete's had some mad hops, yo, let's get up here and let's show you guys a little bit of a castle that we got going on here, shall we? I'm going to go ahead and just switch into free cam mode here for us and toggle the HUD so we could just kind of zoom around a little bit here. This one's fun. I like this base. This base is, well, it's more of like a designer base, right? This one is meant for you guys to explore, meant for you guys to have fun with. It's built up using a base layer of mushroom bricks and foundations underneath them, and then pebblet reinforced foundations on top of those to give it that kind of half up look right there, giving yourself a little bit more of a, well, awkward-ish looking tower height. But all in all, I think it's pretty fun. I think it's cool. I like the random stripe that's in it. I think it adds to the look of the castle itself. I think it looks cool. Got this nice entrance that's up here, a zipline location that's right up over there as well. And then we also have this little house that's inside of here. So if we run right up over here, you actually have this little hut like we were just looking at. And in here you've got, you know, your random kitchen and then nothing in this corner because who needs that corner for anything? A nice little bed set up and some drying racks and a nice area to yell at everybody in the yard because you are fairly high up at this point. Up over here, this is where I was going to put a zipline tower. It's a nice area for you to put a zipline tower in if you so want to. And then over here, I actually built myself up a little defensive spot where you can go through and you can use the you know, turrets to shoot things. But sadly, I'm completely out of ammo right now. And, well, I would want to build these up actually a little bit higher if I was going to use them because this brick is definitely in the way. Maybe on an angled wall or something. That way I can aim down at the bottom there instead of only being able to shoot at that over there. But anyway, that's the castle base, guys. I really like the design of this one. This one's made out of mushrooms. To give you a complete location, this is where it is. In order to get up here, you just need to run up the rocks or run along that side, jump down, and then get back up here. It is a little bit of a pain to get to this one, but I think this is a great spot for you to have a zipline location as well that leads off either that way, over towards that way, maybe on top of the porch or on top of the deck as well. That might be a good spot to build. But nonetheless, this is location number 3. Let's head over to location number 4. That is 1,259 centimeters away. Okay, guys, so this last one is probably my favorite location to build in the upper yard area because it's so large. It's on top of this large rock that's in this upper yard area right here. This is probably the largest and safest zone for you to build. There isn't anything over here that wants to harm you other than ladybird larvae, and they don't come out onto this rock. So there's not anything over here, and you have this whole area and this step down over here that you can build in as well. There's a roly-poly that's right back here if you want to go and fight that. But this whole area is ripe for the building. You can build a massive base over in this area. Now what I've built is kind of like a double tree house-esque looking thing, but really the focal point of this build is this bridge that I have here. I love the look of this bridge when you go inside of it. I feel like that the look of these bridges when you build them like this really gives you like an old school like bridgey feel, I guess, is how it looks to me. I think it's cool. I like the fact that it's got the double staircase coming up on the side. There's not really a whole lot to it, you know, a little deck out here for you to go out and have some stuff. All of these, guys, all these builds you guys can go through and check out more or go through and make for yourself. They're not that difficult to make. I didn't want to make super complex bases for you guys to have to go through and build. The castle's probably the most resource intensive one that I made, but all in all, I think that all these are really, really cool locations. Like I said, this one's right back over here. But guys, that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you guys did, make sure you guys hit the like button. If you guys have other good base locations that you guys like to build, I kept out anything that had to do with a story, and I kept out anything that was so incredibly hard to get up to that it would have made it so it was too difficult for anybody to get to. I made it this so it was well-rounded and so everyone can get to it. But thank you guys all so much. Make sure you guys subscribe, and as always, I'll see all of you guys in the next one.